Hello and welcome back to a new weekly episode. I hope everyone is well. Sorry, it's a bit windy out here. So I'm starting this week's episode off with the back beamer. I thought that the power steering started making a noise, so we topped it up, and it's quite common with these BMWs. When you're doing like when I used to do the rallying and stuff in it, you're moving the steering really quickly, it pressurizes and pushes a bit of oil out the top of it. Not a lot, just enough, just makes it a bit damp around the top of the power steering, and it can run down and get a bit wet in places. Anyway, and then the other day, or last week, the steering started going a little bit notchy, a bit heavy. Anyway, so we topped it up, not thinking anything of it. I just thought, I haven't topped it up for ages because of that. Anyway, then a couple of days ago, I went out, took it out, went down the shop, and I was driving along, and the steering started to go. And I was like, oh, must be a leak then. And then I got out, had a look, and lo and behold, the front pipes, so you got the power steering pipes come up, they go down to the power steering, to the steering rack, and then they come around here, and then they go along here, and the idea is that they sit in front of here, so it keeps the pipes cool. Anyway, I haven't got one of these, but until I can sort one out, I'm going to do a little bypass, little repair. So I've got some rubber hosing, and I've got some Jubilee clips, and I'm going to cut the pipe here and here. I want to keep it as far up this front as I can, just so it gives it a little bit of cooling going past it. Not that I do any miles in this thing. So I'm going to cut the pipe here and put a little bypass on it to bypass the second, because it's leaking here, so it's going to be like one curl that's going to be lost, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cut it off here and here, put a pipe across here, and then it should be nice, hopefully. So there we go, better crack on. Right, so we've cut the culprit off and we've cleaned up the ends, so now I can run some hosing around here. That way I've still got some cooling pipe left for it to blow across, keep it cool, and then I'll add on this extra piece of rubber, and that should keep it going for now. Yes. Okay, go on then. Okay. Turn the car off for us. Sweet, sorted. There we go. Pipe in, tighten back up, no leaks, no noisy power steering. Right, so back on the TARDIS build.
Which is going amazing.
So I've just done this panel. This is temporary, but it works. And this is still drying, because I don't want to damage this too much, because I need the mechanisms to work, so the buttons and everything works. Put the switches in, some more buttons along here. Obviously this is all in now. Still unsure about this bit yet. Tighten these little levers up. Just got to trim off some glue residue.
Tablet stuck.
Tablet's stuck down by accident, so it's not any dramas. Yes, it's coming on. I'm just about to start on the circles.
The round things.
The round things.
I love the round things.
The round things. Yeah, so it's getting there.
Slowly.
Slowly but surely. And then obviously we've got all the tubing, and I need to mark out and cut all of the Gallifreyan writing around it so that the lights will show through. And then once I'm all happy and everything's in place, then I can seal it all, you know, fill in all the gaps and everything. That's the theory anyway. So there we go. Let's get in there. Get in there. Do one more thing. So I didn't have, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a bang on my head. It's from last episode actually. So I didn't, hang on. Balancing the phone. So I didn't have the tool to cut the circles the size I wanted. So I made a tool. So basically measured out the size I wanted and then drilled a hole through, put a screw through, and then on this end I clamped a Stanley blade, I don't know if you can see this, Stanley blade down, and this piece of wood, it was just really for protection. So I clamped the Stanley blade down to the end of the wood, and then I put this over, so if the blade did break, it didn't just disintegrate and give me the face. And then put that in the middle, and then turn it round things. There was only one that I had an issue with, which was this one, because I put a bit too much pressure on it, to be honest, and I actually caused the screw to move. But yeah, and then I will put plasterboard behind here, and then that way when you put the lights on here, it'll create some depth to it, a bit of an illusion, that kind of way. Anyway, not doing any more tonight. Good afternoon. It's been a bit of a wet and miserable day today, but the sun has finally come out right at the end of the day. So I've done a little bit to the TARDIS today, not a great deal. So carried on. So I've put some screws in and actually fixed these down now so that they won't move at all, which is good. I do need to obviously still finish tidying it all up and that, but I don't want to tighten everything down too tight because I've got to take them off again. I've also put cut some plasterboard, put some plasterboard behind, and what I did is I basically glued them to the back of them, if you like, and then after I glued them, I then put some screws in to all sort of hold it in place, and then once it's all gone off and gone hard, then I can take the screws out, and then I'm going to skim all this eventually. But this is why, obviously that's another board there, can't see the one behind there. This is why I hadn't bothered doing any of the insulation, I think, because I'm still working out on where the holes are all going, and etc, and like running the lights, cables, and all that sort of stuff, and all that jazz. So yeah, so that's the round things, and then the lights will probably be about this big in the middle, and then they will light up, and then it'll be all good. Yeah, so it's coming along slowly but surely. I'm going to start getting into the more exciting stuff, shall we say, which you won't see a great deal of difference on the videos, apart from the things like lights and things like that. Well, I suppose you will. Anyway, I'm just cooking some dinner and just fed the dogs. That's it. Got me out on today because it was raining. Yeah, sounds like a Jensen ringing me. Afternoon. Oh, my nose is so sore. too much breathing in this crap, I tell you. Anyway, so today, TARDIS build. I went down and bought some more paint and I printed out some stencils. So I stuck the stencils on, painted, and so now I've got the stencils in roughly, I mean this one's a little bit low really, but it's really more of a guide really. Obviously the idea is that I put the stencils down, I painted over them so that now I've peeled off the stencils, I've then got a guide for doing like drilling the holes and putting the LEDs in so they'll light up. So they light up, that's the idea. Rather than putting stencils on and trying to drill through stencils, I thought it'd be easier to sort of put the stencils up, paint over it, peel it all off, and then I'll paint it all properly when it's done. That makes sense? Yeah. But it looks alright. It looks alright. Yeah. Probably should have gone up a bit higher on that one really. But yeah, I can always move them around, change a little move around, change them and that. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Yes, so yes. It's coming along. Friday. Oh, I am suffering today. I've been a busy bumblebee. So if you'd seen the TikTok, you'd have seen that I've put some lights into their prototypes at the moment, but I've drilled some holes and put some lights and made a beacon style light at the top of the TARDIS, well, the top of the console. Anyway, so let me show you what I've done. So first of all, we've got this light over here, and if I go like this, flick that button on, it only spins. I've also wired up this. So if I come back a bit, so the idea is that I've still got to sand all of these holes and everything, and then paint over all of these symbols, and then put the new symbols over the top once it's all sealed and all the gaps are filled. So then all you'll see is the lights coming through the top there, and at the moment it's an orange light beacon inside, but it will be a different one. It'll be like multicoloured at some stage. And this light here is actually sound generated. So if I turn all this off, so if I make some noise, how cool is that? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased, it's come out quite well. I'm just doing a light at the moment, I'm just wiring a light for in here, so then this will light up from underneath and the light will shine. But yeah, and you've wondered how I'm powering it all. As it stands, I've just got this, so this is my, for like when I'm down the caravan and or if we're out and about and we're going to be away from any power source, if you like. It's a little like miniature generator kind of thing. So it's got USBs and it's even got little lights on it. Yeah, and you can run all that sort of stuff on it. So at the moment, I've just got the TARDIS linked up on it for the minute until I can actually run the proper wiring over. There we go. That's like me. I need to go and get in the shower really, because I look an absolute mess and my nose is so sore. My face is really sore because I've been smacked in the face so many times with bloody wood chippings and this, that and the other. there we go. Sunday, all day, beautiful day. So, just quickly, I have added a few more things. So now this is now linked up, it's on the light. And this, obviously it's not painted, it's kind of just sort of testing it out really. Make that on. So now that lights up. And then obviously this lights up. And then obviously the beacon. So yeah, that's cool. So we've got Grandad come to visit, which is nice. Everyone's here. Anyway guys, I'm going to end this week's video here. So you know what to do, like, subscribe and all that jazz, and we shall see you on the next one. Bye for now.